Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we'll be dealing with integration by substitution technique, but yung after ng substitution, it will lead to uh, the inverse trigonometric functions. So paano magagamit yung knowledge natin dito sa arcsine, arccosine, arctangent, and other inverse trigo functions? Let's now start the lesson. The first thing that we have to remember when we are dealing with integrations like this is andito pa din yung U substitution or yung substitution technique. Ang pagkakaiba lang after nating mag-let U or mag-substitute ay magli-lead siya sa mga arc sine or arc cosine. So una, kung after nating mag-substitute, ganito yung naging itsura ng function, naging du over the square root of a squared minus u squared. Ang kanyang integral ay arcsine of u over a plus c. Yung negative 1 na to, arc to ha, it means inverse or arcsine. Hindi siya iti-treat as exponent ng sine. O kaya naman, negative of arc cosine of u over a plus c. Ang idea dito, after natin na mag-substitution, mayroon kang square root sa denominator, minus yung iyong operation. Una na isusulat yung number lang. So, A stands for any number na pwede nating kuhanan ng squared or square root. Tapos, ito naman ay yung may variable x. In the event na wala kang square root sa denominator, but instead it is written as a squared plus u squared, then we can use this formula 1 over a arctan of u over a plus c. O kaya naman, negative 1 over a arccotangent u over a plus c. Ang third natin na formula will show us na una naman yung u squared, no? Dito sa una na formula, we are first writing a squared minus u squared. Dito sa pangatlo, una yung u squared minus a squared. Minus pa din siya, may square root pa din. Pero, pag kinuha natin yung square root ng u squared, makikita natin yun sa labas ng ating radical. So kapag ganito yung itsura niya, meron tayong 1 over a arc second ng absolute value of u over a plus c. O kaya naman negative 1 over a arc cosecant of absolute value of u over a plus c. So, usually, ito lang yung mga ginagamit, yung arcsine, arctangent, tsaka arcsecant. I-apply natin to sa iba't ibang examples, starting with the first example. Dito sa first example, ang una dapat nating makita is yung square root sa baba. Kung gagamitan lang natin to ng simple substitution, say for example, ileletyo natin si 49 minus x squared. Let's do that. If we're going to let u as the 49 minus x squared, pag kinuha natin yung du nito, this is negative 2x. The problem is walang x sa numerator. No? Wala siya doon. So, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin yung usual na substitution rule na alam natin. Ang pwede natin gamitin is itong formula ng inverse trigonometric functions. So, una, ito muna, since makikita natin na may square root to tapos minus yung operation niya sa loob, ang pwede nating gamitin is yung first, ito. Dahil dito sa third, di ba kailangan may variable din sa labas. So, yung first na lang. Ang a squared natin ay yung 49 at yung u squared natin is yung x squared. Kailangan natin makuha yung a. So we get the square root of both sides. Ang a natin is square root of 49 or 7. Ang u natin, ang square root nito is just x. Pag nakuha mo na yung u, saka tayo magdi-du. So, swerte na ang derivative nito ay dx lang. At yun na rin yung makikita natin sa numerator. So, hindi na natin to kailangan i-manipulate. So, we can rewrite this. dx will be rewritten as du over the square root of 49, that is a squared, minus x squared, minus u squared. And since wala naman tayong i-factor out na constant, wala rin naman tayong i-combine na like terms, we can use the formula explicitly. So we have arcsine of u over a plus c. But take note, we have to change u and a back. So this is arcsine u, which is x, a, which is 7 plus c. That is already the answer for this integration. Pretty straightforward as long as it meets the criteria or the formula. Again, I am flashing this one. Dahil ito yung kailangan nating ma-comply muna bago natin gawin yung ating inverse trigo functions. For the second example, I would like to pause for a while and I would like to invite you to think, alin sa tatlong formula ang pwede nating gamitin? Is it the first, the second, or the third? Obviously, dahil plus yung nasa gitna, yung ating gagamitin is yung second formula, which will lead to arctan of the expression. So dahil may plus to, kailangan pa rin natin yung u tsaka yung a. U squared and a squared. Again, no, kung magsisimple lang tayo na let u dito na 5 plus 16x to the fourth, pag kinuha natin yung du or yung derivative nito, that is just 64x cubed. Dahil wala tayong x cubed dito sa ating numerator, we cannot use the simple substitution rule. So again, we write let a squared be 5 and let u squared be 16x to the fourth. We take the square root of a squared, which will just be the square root of 5. We also take the square root of u squared. So ang square root ng 16 is 4. Ang square root ng x to the fourth ay x squared. Yan. Dinivide lang natin sa 2 yung x to the fourth. Yan. So x squared siya. And then we write du. So ang derivative ng 4x squared is 8x dx. But comparing that to the given, we already have x dx, so we just divide everything by 8. So we still have x, and this will just be du over 8. That's equal to x dx. Now, we can replace everything in terms of u and a. So yung x dx, again, that can be written as du over 8. And itong 5, we can write that as a squared. Ang 16x to the fourth, that is u squared. 1 over 8 is a constant. We can factor it out. So that is du over a squared plus u squared. Since this is already a squared plus u squared, we can follow yung ating second formula, which will give us 1 over arctan of u over a plus c. We still have 1/8 dito hindi yan mawawala. 1 over a arctan of u over a plus c. And then we will just bring it back in terms of x and 5. So we have a is 1 over square root of 5. No need for you to use rationalization. Di na to kailangan i-rationalize. We can leave it as like that. Ang u natin is 4x squared over square root of 5. Again, no need to rationalize. Hindi rin natin pwedeng i-times yung 1 over 5 tsaka itong 4x squared over square root of 5. They are different. Let's see. What we can multiply are these two lang. 8 square root of 5 as the denominator. Arctan 4x squared over square root of 5 plus c. Yan yung ating answer for example number 2. For example number 3, we can use the third formula because we can find a variable here. And when we get the square root of cotangent squared, that is obviously cot squared. So we can let u squared be the first one. Again, u squared yung una dito dahil yan yung may variable x. Yung a squared palagi, ito yung constant. No? Laging may isang term dyan na constant lang. In this case, this is 25. This is cotangent squared x. We take the square root of both u and a. So u is just cotangent x. And then a is just 5. Next, let us recall the derivative of cotangent. Recall that cotangent x, kapag kinuhanan ng derivative, is negative. CSC squared x dx. But we already have CSC squared dx dito, so we just divide it by negative 1 para matanggal yung negative 1. So CSC squared x dx is just negative du. Now we are ready to replace everything in terms of u and a. So meron tayong CSC squared x dx. We can replace that as negative du. Ang cotangent x is just u. Tapos square root ng cotangent squared, that's u squared, minus a squared. We cannot directly apply the inverse trigo function na formula. Kailangan muna ay du lang yung nasa taas. So in other words, we have to factor negative first. U squared minus a squared. Yan. So let's write it here. That is 1 over a arc secant ng absolute value of u over a plus c. And then we replace them back in terms of x. Ipalit natin yung a, which is 5. Sorry, may negative nga pala dito. So, kailangan may negative pa siya. Don't forget yon. This will be negative 1 over 5 secant or arc secant. Ang u natin is cotangent. So, absolute value ng cotangent x over ang a natin is 5 plus c. So, possible po yan na nested yung ating trigo functions. There is a trigo function inside another trigo function. So, as long as tama yung ating pagkakasulat, meron siyang absolute value at tama yung mga values that is considered correct. For example number 4, we deal with e raised to the 2x minus 64. Yan. Dito naman, kailangan natin na malaman kung which between the two formulas we should use. So unang tingin, kamukha siya nitong first formula. But we cannot use it because again, u here should have variable. In our example, ito lang ay 64. So lumalabas na kailangan gawa natin ang paraan para magamit itong pangalawa. Pangatlo rather. Dahil itong pangatlo, yan lang yung may variable yung unahan. At ito yung constant. Yan. So let's try identifying them here. Ang u natin or ang u squared natin is yung e raised to the 2x. Ang ating a squared ay 64. So we get the square root of u. So when we take the square root of e raised to the 2x, that is just e to the x. Ang square root naman ng a squared is just a. Square root of 64 is 8. Now we get du. Ang du natin, we know that e to the x, its derivative is just e to the x. And then that is dx. Yan. Hindi natin pwedeng gawin na i-divide natin both sides by e to the x dahil hindi pwedeng magkaroon ng denominator na may variable. No? Magiging delikado sa solution natin yon. So what we can do is, itong original given, kailangan nating gawa ng paraan para magkaroon ito ng e to the x. And to do that, kailangan nating i-multiply ang buong given by e to the x. So we have multiply it by e to the x over e to the x. In that way, makikita din natin na magkakaroon ng e to the x sa labas para makuha niya yung requirements na kailangan para gamitin yung arc secant. So this will be the integral of, this time we have e to the x dx, e to the x square root of e to the 2x minus 64. Ito yung sinasabi ko na when you take the square root of this one, ito yung lalabas. Which is kailangan natin para ma-apply yung arc secant. Now that we already have e to the x dx na nandito sa numerator natin, kita na rin natin yung e to the x dito, that's u, we can now change it in terms of u and e. Or u and a rather. So ang e to the x dx natin is du, ang e to the x natin is u, and then itong e raised to the 2x is u squared, 64 is a squared. At yun, lumabas na yung gusto nating format para magamit si arc secant. So we can get the integral of this in terms of arc secant. So that's 1 over a arc secant ng absolute value of u over a plus c. We just bring it back in terms of 8 and e to the x. This is arc secant. U natin is e to the x over 8 plus c. So ito na po yung final answer natin sa ating huling example sa video na ito. Ang challenge lang dito, sa unang tingin, paano mo magagawa na itong given na to, this one, paano mo magagawa na itong given na to ay magmukhang ganito? Kasi ito yung mga kailangan natin para ma-apply yung ating inverse trigo functions formula. Same goes with the other trigo functions or inverse trigo functions formula. Kailangan maisip natin paano makukuha itong from this given para mapapalabas yung formula na required para ma-apply yung inverse trigo functions. Makikita naman yun sa mga una nating part as long as you're familiar with the formula, and at the same time, if you try the simple U substitution tapos hindi siya nag-work, most probably, hindi yon ang solution doon. Kundi ganito, nagagamitan natin ng integration leading to inverse trigonometric functions. Again, I will just be using the arcsine, the arctan, and the arcsec. Ito ay mga alternative forms lang ng answer.